Children, good morning. Now, last lesson, what did we learn about last lesson? Last lesson, what did we learn? Yes, we learned about the missing shoe. So, what exactly the lesson has taught us? That children, you have to keep your book, you have to keep your all the things, be it books, be it your games, be it your toys, you have to keep it neat and clean in one corner. Okay, or else you will not get anything. If you scatter your things here and there, if you throw your things here and there, you will miss something or the other. That is what in this lesson we will going to learn, and let us continue today's lesson. That is, today's lesson is lesson number 6, the missing shoes. What is today's lesson? The lesson number 6, missing shoes. So what happens? What happens that Ila, what happens in this lesson? Last lesson, what did we learn? Ila's father takes Rohan for they wanted to take Rohan for the zoo to see the animal. So Ila says, yes, I will see. So she has her lunch, she has her breakfast, her granny comes, she tells her granny, how are you? She talks to her granny, and then Ila tells that I will also get ready. So let me go and get the shoes. What happens? Does Ila get her shoes? No. Ila misses her shoes. Ila says that I have only one shoes. I am not getting the other pair of shoes. What is this? So her mother gets angry. Her mother gets, without shoes, I will not take you. Only one pair of shoes, I will not take you. So her mother whispers. Whisper means what? In a ear we tell someone something slowly, in a ear we tell. Right? That is called whisper. So her mother, Ila's mother, whisper. Whisper means what, children? What I said? Whisper means to talk slowly. To talk slowly in a ear. To talk slowly something. To talk slowly in a ear. You say something slowly in a ear, right? So that is what her mother whispers something in Ila's granny's ear. Okay, and Ila's mother tell Ila that it is your fault. Every day I keep on telling you that keep your things neat and clean. Keep your room clean, and you don't listen to me, and you every time you ignore me. So it is your fault. I will not take you to zoo. You clean your room. So that Ila says, no, I'll clean the room. Once we come from the zoo, I'll clean the room. But Ila's father doesn't listen to her. So Ila sits in a room. She sits down crying, oh, they didn't take me to zoo. Now suppose, children, if you do some mistake, if you don't do any homework, your parents say, na, if you do the homework, complete your work, complete your classwork, then only I'll take you out for the zoo. Then only I'll take you out to the fun world or whatever. If you don't complete, I'll take all your brothers, sisters, and you be at home. Don't you all parents say? And they should do. Then only you will complete the work. So children, that is what Ila's mother tell Ila, that you clean the room. Then only I'll take you zoo. Then what happens? Ila sit in her room. She keeps on sobbing. What happens? What do you mean by sobbing? What do you mean by sobbing, children? Sobbing means, what do you mean by sobbing? What do you mean by sobbing, children? Sobbing means crying softly, crying. She kept on sobbing that they didn't take me to the zoo. So now what happens next? Will Ila clean the room, or if she keeps on crying? Let us learn and let us continue today's lesson, the missing shoes. Now let us continue. Ila ran into her bedroom sobbing. Her mother came to door. Ila, clean the room before I get home. I have told Granny not to give you any sweets until you are finished. She went out to the car with Rohan and Ila's father and then drove away. Ila sat on her bed and cried for a long time. Granny stayed in living room did some knitting. Knitting means what? Knitting sweater, you know sweater, woolen clothes like sweater, woolen cap. They do it with a special soft thread. That is called knitting. I guess I did better clean my room, she said, wiping the tears from the eyes. It took Ila 2 hours to clean the room. She put all her dirty washing into the clothes hamper. She put all her toys back in right boxes and then she stacked them nicely in the cupboard. She hung up all her clean clothes, put the rubbish into the plastic garbage bag. She made her bed and put the doll's clothes in the doll's box. So what happened? When Ila's mother told her, Ila's mother warns her that the moment we come from the zoo, I want to see your room neat and clean. And then Ila's mother tells Ila granny that, see granny, if her room is clean, then only give her sweet. So Ila's granny says, okay. So then Ila keeps sit on the bed, cries a lot. She keeps on crying. What she thought? That if I cry, granny will give me the sweet. No need to clean the room. But granny also doesn't listen to Ila. She doesn't listen to Ila. She keeps on doing knitting. What do you mean by knitting? Knitting means what? Knitting means that soft thread you have. Soft thread, it has a very long needle. It has this much long needle. Okay. With that you knit the sweater, you knit the woolen cap, you knit the woolen socks, the woolen hand claws. Okay. So that is called a knitting. So granny keeps on knitting something. Then Ila talks to herself. Ila thinks, granny is also not telling anything. Granny is not giving any sweet. So Ila tells, I did better. She wipes the tear on the face. She cries a lot. She wipes the tear. She wipes the tears from her face and she tells, I did better. Not just go inside the room, clean the room. So 2 hours. So think children, it took Ila 2 hours to clean the room. Means how much dirty her room was, how much things she had scattered in her room. It was shabby room. So what she did, all the garbage, all the unwanted things, all the dust, she put it in the garbage bag. She hung all her clothes inside the cupboard neatly in the hanger. Neatly in the hanger means what? She put all her clothes in the hanger and she put inside the cupboard. Then she put all the doll's clothes and she put all the doll clothes in the doll box. She put all her things neat and clean. She made her bed ready. Her bed was also scattered. Her bed was also not clean. Bed sheet was removed. Pillow was here and there. Everything. So she cleaned her bed. She put nicely, she arranged the bed. All the garbage in the garbage box. She kept her neat, clean and close. She put all the clothes to the hanger. Like this is hanger. She put the clothes to the hanger and put it arranged in the cupboard. She gathered, she collected all her toys and kept the toys in one corner. She took her doll. She put the doll's clothes and put the doll in one box. Nicely she cleaned. Now, she has cleaned her room. She put everything in one corner. Now, what happens next? What does her granny tell her? Does her granny give her sweet? Let us look. I did it, she said proudly. She even found her missing shoes. She ran into the living room. Granny, come and see. found my shoe. Granny put her knitting down, looked in the Ila's room. This looks nice, Ila. If you kept this way, you did not lose your shoes. Come and have sweet. Now, she said, who? Her granny says. So, once her room was neat and clean. Once, Ila made her room neat and clean. She cleaned her room. So, and she felt so happy. Now children, if you keep your room neat and clean, everything you wash, don't you feel happy? Don't you feel proud? Oh, I did it. So, Ila proudly said, oh, I cleaned the room. Ila calls her granny, tells granny, see, I cleaned my room. I did it so nicely. So granny tells Ila, granny who was knitting, she keeps her knitting down to the table and she tells Ila, oh see, yes, you have done it very beautiful. So granny tells Ila, if you had kept this beautiful every day, if you have kept your room neat and clean like this every day, you wouldn't have missed your shoes. You wouldn't have lose to go to the zoo. If you had already kept just from the beginning, if you had kept the room very neat and clean, very beautifully, you would have got your shoes and you would have also gone with your parent to the zoo. So granny tells Ila, very good Ila, come and have the sweet. So now what sweet she has, let us learn. Ila and granny were sitting on the table eating the bowl of ice cream when her parents and Rohan came home. Well, look at Ila's room. Her father said, it's clean. Your room can look that good every day. Ila, now all you need to do is put your wash in the clothes hamper. Every night, pick your toys up when you are finished playing with them. Her mother said, how was the zoo? I wish I would have gone. Ella frowned. Frown means what? To make a serious face. I see you found your shoe. We will go again if you keep your room clean. We may go and do some other fun things too. Her mother added. From then on, Ila tried her best to keep her room clean. So, Ila tried her best to keep her room clean. Every night after she changed her pajamas, she put her clothes in the hamper. She put her shoes in the cupboard and always cleaned up her toys. A week later, her mom took her to the zoo and they had a lot of fun. So what happened? What did you learn, children? When Ila cleaned the room, her grandmother or Ila's grandmother also told, very good Ila, every day you have to keep your room neat and clean. Every day, so that you can get your things easily and you can go out with your parents. So Ila's grandmother took her. She gave her ice cream. Ila was eating ice cream on the table. So when Ila's father came, Rohan came, they came from the zoo. And then when Ila's father, Rohan, they all came. They all saw the room. They said, wow, what a beautiful room you have done. You have cleaned the room so nicely. So Ila's father tells, the moment like this every day you have to keep your room neat and clean. Every day you have to keep your clothes in the wash hamper. Hamper means what? That there is a basket where you put your clothes. You have to arrange your toys. After finishing your after you finish your playing, you should keep your toys in one box. Every night you should change the clothes and wear night dress. So that if you keep your things in a one place, if you keep your room neat and clean every day, if you keep your things in one corner, if you keep your room neat and clean every day, we can go out. You can also get your things easily, like how you got your missing shoes. So Ila's mother father says, so every day keep your room neat and clean. So Ila says, oh yes, I wish I would have done that from a beginning. I wish I would have kept my room neat and clean. So I would have got my shoes and then I would have come to the zoo with you. I wish I would have come to zoo. Ila frowns. What do you mean by frown, children? What do you mean by frown? What do you mean by frown? Frown means a serious, oh, I wish I would have gone to the zoo. Like that. She tells with a serious angry face. That is called frowning. So, since then, Ila keeps her room neat and clean, and thus her parents says, thus her mother father says, if you keep your books neat and clean every day, to the Saturday Sunday we will take you to zoo and to some other places and have more fun. So children, even you keep your things neat and clean. Keep your dress should be ironed. Your clothes should be ironed. Everything should be neat and clean. If you think all your books neat and clean, if you keep your clothes ironed is 3, right? So easily you will get your things and you can go out to and have a fun with your family. Okay? So read the lesson and learn the moral of the lesson. Thank you.